Hey guys, Letter Magic here, and you might have heard about this little story going out in the news. I mean, this already hit like Polygon. I wouldn't be surprised if this somehow hit like CNN. This is like embarrassing level of like there's nothing better to report on news, at least for like the mainstream normies. I mean, anybody involved in geek culture or TCGs, oh, they heard about this. So I thought, well, you probably already heard about it. If you haven't, go look into like the full stories, but I'll just give you like a real overview. A bunch of douchebags who are just rich investor wannabe, get rich quick, buy my guide types. At least one or two of them is like that. I might be mixing all these people up, by the way, because they all dress the same and piss me off the same. But they decided, oh, what can we do to get rich and famous quick? Because we're a bunch of shallow millennials. Let's just copy what Jake Paul did. So Jake Paul, I guess, recently got like a $200,000 box of Pokemon, first edition sealed, opened it up, sold the packs individually, made like, I don't know, 300,000 or something. So I made 100K in one day or whatever the hell he did. I can't be bothered to watch the video. I'd rather rip out my own teeth. And I guess that got a lot of media attention, a lot of views and stuff. So they're like, oh, we want to get famous and rich too, because our fake suits and our fake Rolexes and our fake rented cars and fake rented houses that we show off all the time to pretend we're rich because we're a bunch of posers, that isn't working. What can we do? So they live streamed them opening a $375,000 box of first edition. One, that's very overpriced. Two, the seller wanted cash, which is the biggest red flag I've ever heard of in my life, especially when, like, I'm pretty sure it's the guy who's way into like cryptocurrencies, which that's the best way to send large amounts of money with the lowest fees securely. I mean, this whole thing was such a damn circus. Like, the live stream had like what I consider to be a clearly fake security guard in the back, and just they brought the whole damn circus to town for this shit show. So they live streamed it on a channel that I believe I looked at it and it had 17,000 subs. So like, I'm 3 times as famous as these wannabes in the TCG world. I could see why they wanted to do this big stunt, but they didn't just copy Jake Paul because then they'd just be like, oh, copycats. I guess what they wanted to do was kind of cool. So I have like some respect for these people a little bit, tiny bit. I guess some guy named Camillo said they were going to like buy the box now and then just be like, here it is, cool, whatever. And then a year from now, they're going to hold like a Pokemon investor reseller party in Las Vegas and probably sell tickets to that. And that would be like that's the hook, kind of like do a Fire Festival thing. And these people are about as educated at what they're doing as Fire Festival, so I wouldn't be that surprised. But then they were going to, I guess, get collaborators, aka really famous streamers and people from, Instagram and YouTube to show up, and then they'd be like, here, this is your pack, double quotes. Now you pick a charity, a non-political charity, they said, so one that actually helps people. Like I said, I respect these people a little bit. And then we'll donate 100% of the money from selling this one pack, and they'll like auction it off live or whatever the hell, to the charity of your choice. And then really it's just they're getting their, their big following, their group of supporters, they're just having them all just be free advertising, basically. So it was a bit of a get famous quick, get rich quick scheme, but some of them are into that. Like I said, at least one or two of these people, I think, were like the whole, hey, I'm a famous work my own hours, millionaire at 18, 20, whatever the hell they're probably claiming, I do this and resell and the fulfillment and stocks and Pokemon stuff, and now I make 100K every day. Look, can't you tell by my clothes that I bought or rented or that are counterfeit? Who's that douchebag who was in his garage? That guy, Ty Lopez. His car was rented. The house was rented. He was lying about everything. Those weren't even his books on the damn bookshelf. Okay, the guy's just your typical scammer where he's like, hey, I'm so rich. You can be like me if you buy my book. And then that's the scam. And that's how they make a bunch of money. So yeah, Ty Lopez is a douchebag. These people were like Ty Lopez Jr., some of them. So that's the caliber of person that we're dealing with here. And shocker, the story and the chain of custody was a fantasy that an idiot would put together as like a funny, sarcastic, like fan fiction. It was like some guy in a store knew it would be expensive in the future, which nobody in the 90s knew TCGs would be expensive in the future. That's bullshit. So he put it in a safe and then he closed and retired, and it was utterly ridiculous. Then the dude wanted like only cash for it, which is the biggest red flag ever. If somebody demands cash for something like that expensive, either one, you're getting mugged when you show up there, or two, it's a counterfeit, or both. Last time I knew a collection was between $1 and $2,000, I brought $2,000, and then I brought a backup person very suspiciously walking their dog in an unusual repeating pattern around this public area. How suspicious, good thing they didn't catch on. I had my other friend who modifies cars have one of the fastest cars that's very above average speed-wise in case, well, it goes to the streets because I'm getting that money back. And I had on heavy body armor, multiple weapons, multiple guns, tasers, pepper spray, you name it. And that's for like $1.5 grand cash, because your boy don't around when it's above $1,000, all right? When it's $375,000, and I guess the guy sourcing it is JB the Crypto King, who doesn't want payment in crypto, and the story of the origin of the box is too good to be true. These people should have known better, even if they knew literally nothing about TCGs, which they don't. And that's the moral of the story. Don't come into our hobby, up on this scale, and then make us all look like idiots and scammers in the news, okay, when like CNN picks it up. That's the moral of this video. I hate these people and what they did to the TCG market and our reputation. These morons were careless idiots trying to get rich and famous quick through this bullshit little scam that they copied from somebody else, because that's what they did. Now, on the flip side, I would tell anybody, if you're going to buy something in the Magic world, sealed, whatever, get it PSA graded. That's right. You can PSA grade sealed products, and they will at the same time verify that it's a legitimate non-reseal. So send it to them, pay, I don't know, what is it, 30, 40, 50 bucks, and there you go. Your $5,000 box is now proven to be real, and they don't tend to make mistakes, unlike other grading companies. Not sponsored, just reporting on reality. So don't pay cash, don't buy ungraded, and don't overpay for shit like this just to get famous, and don't, rope in charities and run your own fire festival when you don't know what the hell you're doing just because you're a bunch of wannabe poser, day trader, wannabe douchebags. I mean, there's too many alpha investments out there encouraging people that shit like this is doable, that, oh, you can do it too. I mean, he started early on giving up enough warnings where he's just like, I don't know, I'm making videos because it would be interesting. And now he's just like, oh, here's this little tidbit of a little thing I heard. Oh, this might help you. Oh, if you do this, it could be kind of like me. Here's a little peek behind the curtain, just to drag people along and make them think that if they watch enough of his videos, they can be a stupid, parasite middleman piece of human garbage card hoarding douche just as easily with no skill and knowledge. Yay! And he just now he barely even warns people that it's not a good idea to do what he does because it's not safe and you got to hedge your bets and you got to diversify, because lying to people and telling half truths gets way more views and the views pay money. And oh, that's right, what he's doing is trying to make money. So at the end of the day, the YouTube channel pays more than his investments probably. And then you got Ty Lopez out there. So it's like, it's a scale. It's a scale from Alpha Investments to Ty Lopez. But there's so many people out there telling these dumbass millennials to just buy expensive clothes and build your brand and take photos of yourself and be on every platform. Don't forget to fill out your LinkedIn profile and all this like basic bitch bullshit that anybody could tell you. It's just shallow, hollow nothing. And then they get this bullshit idea in their head where they're like, let's get together all this money that we probably can't afford. And then, oh, whoops, we didn't know what we were doing at all and f***ed it all up and made everybody look like idiots who buys and sells stuff like this. Whoopsies! I should just delete the first 7 minutes of the video and just tell you that's what happened. That's my summary of what happened, because that's what fucking happened. These guys have done such PR damage to the expensive, elite, respectable TCG product sealed or otherwise traders by just barging in, knowing absolutely nothing, getting everything wrong, and then embarrassing themselves on live stream. I mean, it's pathetic, and I'm pissed. This Green Bomb guy, JB the Crypto King, the one who said that this is definitely a legitimate Pokemon box, at least I think that's who was behind that. His demeanor seemed to change when they all of a sudden said, actually, we're going to open it today to verify the contents and then sit on it for a year and start doing stuff with it in Las Vegas. He seemed to get a look on his face as soon as they dropped that on him. So he knew it was fake, and he either was like, this is the only one I could find, and oh well, I'll swap it out in the next year and nobody will know, or he was scamming them. He kept the real one, sold them a reseal. He opened it himself and resealed it himself and then verified it himself, and he was going to run. I mean, he wanted the money in cash. I think he was the broker between him and the actual seller. Or maybe he bought it a while ago, made up the backstory, realized it was resealed because he didn't know what the hell he was doing because he mostly does crypto stuff, which he probably also doesn't know what he's doing in. And then he's like, oh, this is my chance to offload it, and I've got a year to get out of the country and disappear. All right, bye. I mean, everybody's starting to think that this guy was the one who caused all this. Because he's the one who said it was real, and it was so blatantly, clearly not real. And then at the end of the day, his only statement that I heard was, this is why you should buy PSA graded. Well, okay, then why did you source this box, assuming he was the one who did it? I might have the details mixed up a little bit. It's a little vague. It's all like rumor and third-party accounts. It's not like they really said this on the live stream. Not that I watched the whole thing. It was such a cringe-a-thon. I would just rather rip out my own teeth and watch the whole thing. So yeah, this was an absolute shit show, an embarrassment, and it makes us all look bad. And I'll tell you right now, for you guys at home, this is the most important part, okay? Don't just think, oh, I got a grand or whatever, I'm going to go buy a box of, I don't know what, Scars mirrored in. I think that's over $1,000, but still. Oh, I'll just go to, this seller. I'm sure they're legit. Or look, this person seems to have a good reputation. Oh, somebody, friend of friend, told me this guy's cool. Okay, that's all the research I need to do. I'll buy it. You're going to get ripped off. It'll be scaled, sorted, box mapped, just pallet mapped. I mean, you're going to get ripped off. I've heard rumors that people even, let's throw them under the bus because I hate these people. These are allegations, are unproven, but I've heard enough of them to, form a pattern here. That Troll and Toad likes to sell some products that are a little bit off. Like some of their loose packs for various TCG products might be a little bit, filtered, scaled, that kind of thing, or they don't source their items correctly or mix them correctly. They've been accused of selling counterfeits before. It's not like Card Kingdom and Channel Fireball never have, but, some things slip through. It is what it is. But there's certain sellers out there where you've heard of them, but also they've got a reputation for like dozens of people saying that they've had problems with them and that stuff was graded wrong, it was fake, it was mapped, counterfeit, whatever. So just because they got a big fancy website, just because they do high volume, still doesn't mean that you won't get ripped off, okay? You really, really have to be careful and really know what you're doing to buy anything vaguely expensive because there's so few old sealed boxes of this kind of stuff floating around that there's more fakes out there than real ones or more manipulated, resealed, whatever, sorted ones than there are legitimate. I don't like those odds. Me, in my shop, I had a policy that I would never buy a card that's worth above $100 to resell, and I would never buy anything sealed, period. At all. Don't care what it is. Don't care if it's a booster pack, box, case. Don't care. Not touching it. Too much liability, too much risk. And I am damn good at catching counterfeits, especially with singles. I am ridiculously good at catching reseals. But if I'm not, I lose a ton of money. It's not worth it. It's not my problem that you want to get rid of this allegedly legitimate box. Go somewhere else. It's not worth me risking hundreds of dollars of my money. Bye. I also wouldn't touch anything on the reserve list because I just assumed it was a counterfeit. Before they even drove to my shop, I would just assume it's a counterfeit and just not waste my own time. That's how bad it got that someone as good as me with like 8-9 years experience in buying and selling this shit, and I've sold probably $250,000, $500,000 worth of product. I still won't touch shit that's over $100. I still won't touch shit that's sealed. That's how bad it got with Magic. And it's even worse with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! From what I heard. So let this story and my advice be a lesson to you. So, how do you avoid all this bullshit? Well, obviously, sit on stuff yourself, which I still don't think that that's very good. And, it's 2020. You kind of already missed the train on that one. Magic is dying by every possible metric you could possibly look at. And then for 18 months there, or whatever it was, they stopped doing reprint sets, which are the only valuable ones you could guaranteed to sit on and make money on. So no more masters. Whoops. So it looked like such a shit investment. You already missed it. You might as well look towards the next thing. Like buying crypto before the election. I certainly did that, and I certainly made 30% already. That's another thing that you shouldn't get into without researching it and knowing who's scamming who, because my God, it's 95% scammers in that community. Hell, I'd advise people stay away from it. That's my official advice. So what's the best way to deal in stuff right now if you want to get into buying and selling? It's basically just find people who are either lazy or don't know or care too much about large collections, lots, old stuff. It's their kids. They picked it up somewhere. They got it in an auction. They found it. They bought it at a thrift store. And now they're just like, how much is it worth? Be upfront with them. Give them breakdowns. Give them Excel spreadsheets. But, I pay 60, 70% and I keep the rest. It is what it is. Great. Cool. That's automatic money. That's just like the people who just walk into Goodwill, buy some sneakers, buy this, buy that, flip it on eBay, make double and call it a day. It doesn't even have to be Magic cards. That's just how you make money if you want to be self-employed in the resale industry. So if somebody asks me, how do I make money on Magic and Pokemon cards? Both me, all my friends, everybody I know, other store owners are like, buy used stuff, sell it, flip it. Pay low, do basically pawn shop type thing, but without the pawning, obviously. You buy low, you sell high, you buy lots, you split them, you put in the labor, you make the money, you collect the difference. It's that simple. Otherwise, speculating on singles, with all the bans and stuff going on now and just the disappointing trends and cards crashing and just the game dying, I would not get into that industry at all. Because you're probably like, but Des, you're talking about like sneakers and stuff and selling, clothes and eBay, and I don't want to do that. I love TCGs. What's the best way to avoid all of this drama, all this counterfeiting and this and that, not getting fake cards for Commander, not getting ripped off by, this trade, that person, not getting my binder stolen at a GP. It's just everything in the Magic world is one giant scam and ripoff, basically. It's just a bunch of criminals waiting to attack. Damn it, Desolator, how do I avoid all that? Well, the answer is Domain TCG, because this is a sponsored video. What better video than one massively shitting on TCGs and what a scam paper products are than an all-digital card game, which has open trading, by the way, so take that, Arena, you dicks. Don't got a card? Get on the Discord and trade somebody with it. So enter thedomains.com, link in the description. And I've got a link to the Discord too if you just want to jump right in there and just get going. When you join the game, you basically get, I think it's the equivalent of like 15 or 30 free booster packs. Like, they just hand you like a booster box. And how many counterfeits are there in the digital land? Oh yeah, 0. So you don't have to like worry about it. Also, it's a better game. In fact, let's just hop into some gameplay real quick. You guys have been asking about, just gameplay that makes sense. So I'll just break down like 7 turns, how you move and just how it works. I mean, I'd recommend some people just jump in and just look at the tutorial, but some people learn by doing and by watching too. I know I certainly do. So I'm just going to throw up like, I don't know, 2-3 minutes of gameplay that I just did just to show you how the game works. And if you're interested, definitely check out the link. Also, they're a channel sponsor and I like that to continue. So, you supporting them supports me, just saying. It's especially helpful in months where YouTube steals all my money and refuses to give it back. So if you didn't hear about that, that was awesome. Accusing me of shit I didn't even do. And there's like, we're not going to pay you for 3 weeks. I'm like, oh, you too. Guess we're doing more sponsor reads. But yeah, legit, I've been playing this game probably more than Arena some weeks. Their events and tournaments are more fun. The prizes are insane. And one day, just kind of dicking around for 3 hours while watching like a movie or something on Netflix, you can get enough coins to open like a full booster box worth of cards just by kind of dicking around and playing against the insane AI. It's such a like friendly, free-to-play game. I love it. And whenever there's an unbalance or a deck taken over, the dude who runs it fixes it in like a week. So I'm sure he wants me to say that it's still in beta and still in testing, but like this is a better functioning game that has more balance and more control put into the meta than Magic the Gathering and Arena, which is officially out of beta. So you know what? This is better than a release product to me. Oh, also, there's going to be a live stream where I play against you guys, which I can't do on Arena because I don't trust wizards because they're assholes. But ain't no need to hide my username on domain. Also, it's Desolator Magic, so I mean, ooh, big mystery solved there. But yeah, within a couple days, maybe even a week, I know a ton of you have been playing domain and want to play against me, so I'm going to jump in and play as many of you as possible on a live stream really, really soon. Probably, hopefully before the election, before the world ends and society collapses into Mad Max. So if you want to real quick learn the game, I mean, today's a good day, just saying. So watch for that. Thanks for watching, and let's cut to the gameplay. All right, so he's going second, so he gets 15 mana. I start with 0 because I'm going first. This is my king, that's his king. These tiles do stuff, but I just want to give you super ultra basic gameplay without a ton of details just so you can get the gist of how it works. So I'm going to move up the max that I can move up. Can't use any of my spells. Well, that's not true. I'll put a sword on myself. It's not the best strategy, but I like hitting harder, so it's basically equipment. Ooh, puppy. All right, well, he hits hard. Just kidding, it's 8. I'll live. This guy does jump, so it's jump over, jump over, jump over, like that. So if I can take out Mr. Puppy here, I'm actually out of range of his attack. So sometimes getting closer is kind of like getting further. Of course, he could summon something directly in my face, but I'm going to try to mitigate that by giving something interesting to go after. So it's a little mana generator there, and if he doesn't go after it, that's fine. Yep, saw that coming. All right, so he's on a defense square. He's got 20 left. I can only hit him for 22, which on a defense square would be -5. That's why it's a good place to hide. But he loses 5 every turn, so if my calculations are correct, I can just hit him for 17, then just sit there, and he'll die on the next turn cycle. Then I'm going to cast Seance to give myself a little bit of mana. The more people surround the spell, the better. So I got 49 mana. Ouch. There we go. Now, I'm getting down there. I mean, I'm getting down there, so I'm going to throw a barrier up. Next 2 times I get hit, it doesn't do nothing. Boom, take him square out. Oh, by the way, I have Harvest 10, which means it's from the Wraithblade. When I kill something, I get 10 mana. So you can usually fall back, play defensively, and build up mana, or you can just get mana for killing things, which, I mean, I like the options. All right, he's running away, but I'm a little bit more mobile than he is, so I should be able to cause him some havoc at this point. This actually might be a really short game, but he has 72 hit points. I mean, if everybody knows, Ford Taurus is very tough. I mean, he's a Taurus Dragon, not a Ford Taurus, but I just thought I'd mention that. So, all right, let's see. Do I take him out first? Probably not. If you can hit the king, hit the king. I mean, that's a pretty good strategy, because he has no way of healing, so any damage I do, that's never coming back. Oh, if he lands on one of these squares, he heals 1 per turn, which, I mean, I can deal more damage than that. So let's just summon this right in his face, get rid of him. There you go, no triggers. He grants mana on death to anything on the board, so yeah, I didn't want to have him have that. So let's see, he could move anywhere there, so I'm going to move here, and I'm going to move here. So now no matter where he moves, I can hit him. I love it. So placement, very important. Like I said, this game is the cure for net decking. You have to know how to play and how to arrange things and where you move and where you summon things and in what order and reading your opponent's moves and stuff, way more important than the cards in your deck. I mean, it's important. I'd put it at 50-50, but nobody can just pick up a deck and say this is the best deck and then just get free wins with it. It's just not possible. So that's the most powerful card in his deck. Anytime anything dies on a Skort Square, he gets like an immense amount of mana, so I don't want that to happen. So I can't take it out. He summoned it in a very smart spot, so I'm going to prepare to take it out next time. And I think it's about time we drop a healer. There we go. And then I am going to get all up in his face, hopefully force him one more into the corner. Yep. All right, this is working out nicely. Drop that heal again. There we go. Whack her in the face. All right, and then he can only go to here, here, and here, so I got it covered. But also, I can summon something. So I'm going to bring out a shark, because, 37 mana isn't enough, not for this deck. Oh, no! Oh, dick. That gave him, like, 60 mana. Shoot. I really didn't think he would do that. I didn't think he was capable of doing it. Well, he's right next to him. Let's bump up his damage and whack. It's a defense spot, but, I mean, my boy Boggy Boy here, he hits hard. He ain't no joke. So I'm actually going to take him out. Screw the statue. Statue's a bit of a hazard, but, hey. All right, 57-75. It's about to get real. Yeah, he's got the Phoenix. Oh, no, he attacked his own Phoenix to get more mana. What a dick. Should have taken out the statue. All right, let's solve this. There we go. A little Silver Surfer action. For legal reasons, that's not who that is. All right. I'll chase him down pretty good. This Phoenix actually can't die at all. It'll just resurrect itself at the end of the turn if you kill it. So, pretty mean creature. I'm going to take it out anyway. All right, here we go. The hell, I'm taking this out. I got mana, he got mana, everybody got mana. So he's basically got unlimited mana. I forgot to move this unit. Whoops. All right. I'll take him out. At least I want to give him credit for that. Because he can attack his own Phoenix. What does he care? Alright. Now this guy has unlimited movement in straight lines, so I think we're gonna get all up in his shit. Whoops, right. Wait, where do I want to go? Let's be smart. No. Let's be really smart. There we go. Now I'm in line. Okay. And I haven't summoned anything yet. If I had more mana, I could finish him this turn. Actually, no. That's not true. I could finish him with this. Haha, there we go. Same rule as Magic. Don't miss lethal. So he almost got me. Once the Phoenixes start dropping for like 45 mana a piece, you duck and cover because that's going to be a bit of a landmine right there. But yeah, the game's pretty cool, pretty fun. I mean, hopefully you got the overall strategy, even if you don't know what every card does and every spell I cast does. It's just, chase people around, you worry about placement, you look where they can move and you try to get ahead of them, and then monitor your mana or try to win without it. And there's all kinds of different decks. So yeah, this game's an absolute riot. I love it. I'm having fun playing it. And I'm definitely going to live stream an event where I play against you guys. So you definitely don't want to miss that. So check out the game. It is pretty epic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.